wait till someone gets on here before I start talking? Nah, let me start talking then I'll just share the video.
You got one video and one viewer.
So, blue collar crypto back again. Get right back to it. You know, Ethereum, some of the ones I'm recommending you guys. I'm big on Ethereum, ETH. It's down to 1786, which is a big buy. And my big one, Chili, CHZ, is around 25 cents. The other one I like to put you guys on to, and like these guys, CHZ, and the one ENJ, which is the engine coin, which is like the coins that in video games pretty soon you're going to be able to get coins in the video game, just like in Mario Brothers, where you get coins, and it's actually going to be real money. That's kind of wild if you think about it. So ENJ is down at 163. That is a good one to put into it. So, a couple people were asking me a couple questions. One of the common questions that I had was, how do you buy the smaller coins, the ones like CHZ? Because if you open a Coinbase account, you don't have to go to Coinbase. They really kind of rip you off. There's other platforms there's a lot out there, but Kraken's a big one. There's one called OKCoin. I believe they have cheap fees. But, with the CHZ, you have to open your Coinbase account, and then you have to go through Google Chrome and Google MetaMask and download a MetaMask wallet. And then from MetaMask, you're going to be able to go on Uniswap. I hope this isn't too much for you guys. It ain't that hard. It sounds a little hard, but once you go on Uniswap, then you can buy these cryptos, and they go from Uniswap right to your wallet, which is holding your cryptocurrencies, like your Bitcoin or whatever. But like I always want to warn people about the MetaMask stuff is that you get a what's known as a seed phrase, and that's like your private. They call it a private key, which if you forget your password, you have to use the seed phrase to get into your account. If you forget your seed phrase, you are officially SOL. So if you had, let's say if you put $3,000 in this account, and you listen to what I'm telling you, and in 3 years it's about $60,000, and then you lose your seed phrase, you're done. Your goose is officially cooked, man. You cannot access that money. You're going to be that dude who's just, every morning, he's trying to put different codes into the computer to remember it. Like, you don't want to do that. Do that. So, any questions, Brian? Anybody got any questions to ask?
I do not think
I know it's
so.
a little late in Philadelphia. Maybe I got much to say.
I think Danny Teal said hi, Benny.
Yeah, I don't got no time for hi, Danny. We're talking. You got to open your Coinbase here and get busy buying some crypto. So the ones that I'm most excited about is this thing called CHZ. And for those of us who are from Philadelphia, we're going to appreciate what they're doing, because what they're doing is big, and nobody really understands what they're doing. So what is CHZ doing? And if you notice, all of a sudden this CHZ, these are the top coins traded. It's number 4 all of a sudden. It came out of nowhere, and now it's a number 4 cryptocurrency being bought. What's that tell you? It tells you a lot of smart people out there are buying this tiny little obscure cryptocurrency that just set up an office in New York City. I ain't going to go into I will go into non-fungible tokens. That's like the big thing in crypto this world, but not right now. There's this thing called NFTs. See, I'm trying to explain all these things to you guys who really don't know what's going on, but I don't want to get too in-depth where I lose people. Alright, so there's this big thing this year. First it was Bitcoin, then it was a thing called decentralized finance, which is known as DeFi, And this year, this thing called NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens. What's fungible mean? Nobody knows what fungible means. I don't know. I think it means you can't transfer 'em. But what this Team Chili's doing is when you go to the Eagles game, you're going to get like this coin, a digital coin. And these coins, you're going to be able to trade on the end. It's going to be like a form of currency. Like you're going to be able to trade them. But what these coins are going to do, if you hold them, is it's going to give you special voting rights and governance rights for the team. Maybe the team is going to change its colors. And if you have a token, you're going to be able to vote on how the team changes colors. And down the line, it's probably going to get more and more involved where the people with the tokens are going to have become like part of the team. I could even see within 10 years, during the NFL draft, the token holders are responsible for, like, let's say the third round of the draft. They get to digitally come together and vote on it and pick somebody. And so could you imagine how in demand these tokens are going to be when you fuse being a fan? We've always been diehard fans, but now we're going to be fans who actually take part in a real football team like the Eagles. Not just talk about it at Sports Talk 610, but actually take part in the governance process of all this and take part in the draft. And then you're also economically incentivized, where if you have these tokens and your team is doing well, you're gonna be making more money on your tokens. So in the beginning of the season, I could see, just like in fantasy football, you pick out what players are going to do good. You're going to, people who want to gamble, because now you have these liquid marketplaces. When I say liquid, that is a financial term, meaning you can sell it right away, right? Stocks are liquid. Like with stocks, you can go on and sell things. Now, stocks aren't as liquid as cryptocurrencies. They're going to be liquid, where you can trade. And they're not just going to be for football, they'll probably be for basketball. Right now, they don't even come for football. It hasn't been announced yet, although it's probably coming. And that's why I'm trying to put you guys on to what the home run's going to be. One of the home runs. There's going to be a bunch of home runs. They also have an agreement. Listen, I'm making a video here. Don't go down. They're having an agreement with UFC. So these young fighters who are coming up in UFC, they're going to tokenize their name, right? You'll be able to buy this digital coin that represents a fighter. So if you see some guy and he's a young fighter and he does real good, you could buy his token, and down the line, if he ever becomes champ, his token's probably going to be worth a lot more. So to sum it up, what Chili's is doing, and what this CHZ coin is going to have a ton of value for, is they are fantasy footballizing the entire sports complex. Like, they're fantasy footballizing UFC. It can go for boxing. It can go for anything, where people who got these digital markets that can buy and sell like that, they can trade who they think are going to do good. It's just like fantasy football, where you're picking players who you think are going to do good, and where you get the real value in fantasy is when you pick a player, you don't pay much for him, but he does real good. You can really make out. So that's the case for CHZ. Vern, did anyone ask any questions about crypto?
No, they're really just talking about. They're saying hey.
All right. Well, that's all for tonight. 1780 Ethereum. Buy it all day long, boys. CHZ at 24 cents. Buy it all day long. And my other favorite one is that'll be tomorrow, not tonight. The only thing that you need, and what I'm trying to do is trying to kind of show people